thought I'd do another BB King video today, but in this video I'm just going to concentrate on one chord and some of the techniques and some of the theory BB uses to highlight and outline these chord changes. So let's look at the lick a couple of times and then I'll break it down slowly and we'll get into the bits and pieces. So this lick, BB's playing over the 4 chord. So you can imagine he's started off the blues already, and if you could look back at some of my other BB King videos, you'll see he does this intro a lot. So that could be over our 1 chord. Then he moves to the 4 chord. Then what BB does, he moves into the BB box, so it's position 3 of the minor pentatonic. Now this is in B flat, it's the same as my last video. So the 1 chord is B flat 7, the 4 chord is E flat 9 or E flat 7. So for this lick, he moves over into this position, so you can locate the BB box. That's what this area is called. You can locate the BB box with your first finger and you can pick up the root. There's our B flat on the 11th fret of the B string. That's our tonic. But what I'm going to do for this chord is we're going to think of this E flat 7 chord right here on the 11th fret. Because when that 4 chord comes along, that's the lick he plays. So the first thing he does, so remember you've got to visualize this E flat 7 chord, this shape. And a good practice is, if you don't know the arpeggio for that chord, it's a really good idea to learn it, and it's going to help you out with this stuff. You should learn these arpeggios all over the neck. So the arpeggio for that chord there, root on the 11th fret of the low E, major 3rd, 10th fret of the A, 5th on the 13th fret of the A, then flat 7, 11th fret of the D, then we've got root 13th of the D, then 12th fret of the G, we've got the major 3rd, then B string 11th fret, we've got the 5th, then 14th fret of the B, we've got the flat 7, and then high E 11th fret, we've got the root. And you want to practice that up and down. Root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root. Because them are the notes we're going to be targeting in this lick. So let's look at the lick again. So first of all, it's the high E 13th fret, and he pushes it up a whole step. So right away, that note there, that G note, that's the major 3rd of this chord. It's the major 3rd of your 4 chord. So right away you're spelling out, you know, that's the money shot in this chord, is the major 3rd. Then we pull down and we play the 13th fret, and then we give the high E on the 11th fret some vibrato. And that would be the root of the 4 chord. That's our root note. So you can see in that arpeggio, it's that root. Then we move up to the B string, same position, and with our ring finger we're going to push up on the 13th fret a half step, and then release, all with one pick, then release and pull off to the 11th fret. So that's a technique you want to learn. So one pick. So when we push that 13th up to the 14th, if we look at our chord again, it's this note here, which is the flat 7 of this chord. It's there. When you do the arpeggio, there's the flat 7. So we've bent up from the 13th to the 14th into that flat 7. So when we've done that pull off to the 13th fret, that release, we're going to come over to the 12th fret, 12th fret of the G with our middle finger, then back to the 11th fret with our first finger for some vibrato. So we're still in this chord there with our ring finger that we've just, sorry, our middle finger, we've just played the 12th fret. That's the major third of the chord. And then this 11th fret here, that's the tonic of the key we're in. Remember, that's the root note of the tonic. But when we're thinking of this chord, which is what we're doing in this video, it's the 5. So we're hitting all these chord tones. That's why it sounds so sweet. And then straight away after that, he's going to come back with his middle finger onto the 12th fret G string. And then we're going to come up. You can now visualize this E flat major chord. So there's your triad, middle finger, major third. And then we've got pinky on the 13th fret of the D and our ring finger on the 13th fret of the A. And that would outline a triad from this major chord. And he walks up that triad. But he uses his ring finger to stack them two notes there. We've got the major third with our middle finger on the 12th fret. Then ring finger comes up, we grab the 13th fret of the D, which is our root of the chord. And then we roll it over a bit, and we get the 13th fret of the A, and that's the 5 of the chord. So we're just breaking apart this chord and turning it into a lick. We're dismantling it on the fly and just, you know, rebuilding it. So when we get to that 5, it chromatically walks down, and then we go to the 11th fret of the A, and then we slide in with our first finger 9 to 10. That's the major third again of this chord. There's your major third. We're going to slide in 9, 10, and then he finishes the lick. He plays the 11th fret of the low E. That's the root. Lick finished. And if you wanted, you could come over after playing that major third, slide in 9 to 10. You could come and grab it, the root, on the 13th fret of the D. Let's watch BB again. So the cool thing about this is, because you've learnt this out of a chord shaper and arpeggio, wherever you put this chord, you can do exactly the same lick. So it works all over the neck. That's the great thing about playing chord tones and thinking of chord shapes. Wherever you've got this chord, you can do the same thing. Really slow, major third, there's your flat 7, you bend up that 13 to 14. And remember, practice that arpeggio. practice that anywhere on the neck. You start with the root on the low E, and it goes in order: root, third, fifth, flat 7, root, third, fifth, flat 7, root. And if you practice that enough, when you do these licks and you start studying bbking, you're going to see these licks within that chord shape and that arpeggio. You're going to see them chord tones. And you can also think about this, so you can watch BB box lessons. This is the BB box. You bend that 13th fret up a whole step, you're going to get the major third of the 1 chord. Whatever BB box you're in, you bend up that note, whole step, you're going to achieve the major third of the tonic. But that's for another lesson. I'll do a full lesson on just like a beginner's BB box, and we'll stay just in one position and we'll look at the 1 chord, the 4 chord and the 5 chord, and I'll show you how you can get all these chord tones out of this one position. You don't have to move anywhere and you can play everything out of one spot. So today it was just looking at the 4 chord. Alright, thanks for watching. If you've got any requests or if you want me to go into any other details, just drop me a link, drop me a comment in the comments below, and I'll answer your question. I'll do best I can, to accommodate you. Cheers.